Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. So, yes, we help some kids in doing sport in school. We believe that an educated athlete is a better athlete, and we believe that a student, an active student, is a better student. But let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about this learn, practice, play kind of loop of education. We saw so many times, these stars, like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, like Christina Nagel, like Leo Messi, like Federer. Those just poetry in motion on the court. And we're thinking, what a talent. It's that flow, that effortlessly kind of, amazing stuff. Only that is not. So what I'm trying, what I want to do today with you is to dismantle a little bit this displaying, this what means, how it's a life of an athlete and what that can bring to us, right? So at some point I was interviewing Garry Kasparov. And in this podcast, I had a podcast called Sporty Talks. I asked him, Garry, you're like Zeus of chess. Like you're the best of all time. What brought you here? Work or talent? And he's like, but work is talent. To be able to work that much, you have to have that skill, that talent. So, learning a game, learning basketball, you read the rules. You think of how that game plays. You are start imagining, what it means to be a basketball player, because everybody from here can play basketball, really. Like you take a ball and you shoot a basket and we're playing basketball. Not everyone can be a basketball player. So learning the game doesn't mean you know how to play the game. Learning the game means to understand the rules. Learning the game is to understand the space. Close your eyes and think you're on the half court of basketball. Every one of you been there. Like, you know where the lines are. You understand the space. That's learning. Learning the timing. Learning the strategy, the technique and tactics of a game. You can do that. You learn that. Then you learn sequence. In basketball, they're called plays. And the timing of the plays, and where I go in each play, and where is my role in each play, I can learn that. But then I have to create a bridge to practice, a bridge to understand those things and acquire skill. So, a basketball player is trained 90% of the time for 10% of game, for 10% of that play. And that 10% really is so fun. Like that 10%, it's with thousands of people in the gym. That 10% is with TV, with fame, with fans, with everything that comes with it. But that's 10%. The rest of it is with nobody in the gym. Is you alone home, going to bed at the right time. Is you eating the right thing. Is you going to practice every single day. Every day. So that 90% is what makes us excel. It's what makes us go and create that amazing stuff. I had a coach that said that if you believe that, practice is boring, you'll see how boring it is to sit on the bench in the game. And that motivates you the most, because not everybody can put that 90% of the time into the game, into your craft, into whatever it is that, is your passion. Practice is first putting skill, like creating experience, like understanding how you move. Practice is some people that are not trying only what they know. Because if somebody is coming to you and asks you, okay, you need to win the game, you need to make the basket. You're going to shoot, push that ball just to get to the rim. But if I teach you in the beginning how to shoot the basketball, then you might not even touch the rim. So focusing straight on winning makes you practice only what you know. The first step is going to process, to understand what you need to practice and how you need to practice. Because only after that is coming progress. Progress is that many shots, is that many passes, is that routine, is that understanding, once you understood process, progress is getting a little better. Is that deliberate practice. It's not, you don't just go there to do repetitions. You go there to become better. So you can consolidate what you know and you can try what you don't know. Practice is like turning the lights on, a trail. You go in the woods and now you have like a small trail. You do it again, now it's a little bigger. You do it again, now it's wide open. And you know the way. And that's practice. And that's happening every single day. Then we can play. And we go to the game. And that's where the magic happens. Because you learn what you have to do, you experienced it, you put it in practice, you created a strategy, you prepared for each game. And now when you go to the game, something might happen. You have another team that is doing all their best to stop you. So now you're in time, you're with adrenaline, now you're with emotions, now the score can be tied up, now you're responsible, now every decision you make and every step you take, it's seen by everybody. So now you have to perform. And athletes get to that point of being in that zone. That zone makes you doing things effortlessly. Like that mind and body together, because the body already knows how to shoot the ball. My decision is based on something else. It's where my defender is. It's what are options I have on the court. What time is it? How much game I have left, and so on. But then, it's just flow. It's so nice. You play sports. You play basketball, you play handball. It's that passion with performance. It's that Sunday. Sunday's coming. And you might win or you might lose. And Monday's coming. Now Monday came and you go back. You go back to learn. So many people think, we learn from failure. And it's half right, because we learn only if we certify what made us fail. Otherwise, it's just bad habits. We all have them. We all have them. Because you fail and you do the same wrong things again and again and again. So if you don't look back to understand what you did, you cannot correct it. Now, fail is something tough, because fail gives us the idea that we're not good enough. Fail hurts. And most of people use it so, they learn because they don't want to hurt again. Because You know, you don't want to feel that anymore. But Mondays can be after fail or after winning. Successful people learn from winnings as well. Most of people think, we won, we're good enough. We're okay, you know, we're good. I won, I'm a champion. But if we don't look back to see what made us a champion, we don't know what to do again. Winning is not loyal to us at all. Winning is not loyal to us at all. Winning is loyal to the process. Winning is to replicate what you did great. So you go and learn. And you watch yourself. And you understand your game. And you're a continuous student of that game. Because that's my craft. And that is what I want to do. So after learning, I'm going again to practice. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas. It doesn't matter if it's New Year. It doesn't matter if it's my birthday. I'm going to shape my skill and to shape my craft because, you know, I know game is coming. So each one of you, if you close your eyes and you think about your courtyard, your playground, you became so much better. You became so much better because you understood that playground, because you did it over and over and over again. Now you did so good in your game because you learned your game. You learned your game over and over and over again. And now you can play. Thank you.